I'm Dustin, Prince of Aphotic Realm, and this is Bo, my indie author friend.
Fabulous powers will be revealed to you the day we hold aloft our mics and say,
I have the geekdom! Geek-Men and the masters of the ThunderNerds! ThunderNerds! Ho! Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the ThunderNerds. I'm Dustin.
I am Bo.
And this is the podcast that talks about all the things you love.
Without all the hate.
That's right. All right, so another episode, another day, another week in this wonderful, positive universe that we're tossing out here in Castle Grey Cat.
Yep.
How's it going, man?
It's going great. And, of course, this week is this week is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is coming up soon. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's coming up.
That's going to be another reason to everybody stay in a positive mood and share the love.
Yeah, or, self-love. Love yourself. I think it's important to, a lot of people say it's important to love yourself before you can love someone else, which I always struggled with because I don't necessarily love myself. I love other people. But so what's been new in your week, man?
Oh, man. What's happened since? Finally got to go see Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Absolutely just fantastic. So good.
Awesome.
I can't stress enough how that movie better win an Oscar. That whole animation team should be immensely proud of itself. It's just... And I thought it was like a...
I thought it did win some sort of award.
Yeah, it won the Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature, and those are usually indicators of its nomination and potential win. So, not always guaranteed though, but it definitely deserves it. If it's still playing, if you can still go out and see it, amazing soundtrack, score, the animation is just top notch. You come out just feeling just so good. And it's one of those, it's like Speed Racer for me. It's like one of those really good family movies. And I am telling everyone, you do not have to be a Spider-Man fan. You don't even have to be a superhero fan to enjoy that movie. It's really good. And I'd say I finished up one game that I was playing called Observer, which was like what I thought was a point and click, cyberpunk detective story that stars Rutger Hauer. And about a couple hours in, I realized this is a survival horror game, and you people tricked me. And that game just wrecked my nerves, but it was really good. I did end up finishing it.
You did? Yeah,
it was really good. I can't recommend it enough. It's really good, especially if you liked. Observer. Yeah, if I had to sum it up, it's Blade Runner meets Silent Hill.
Okay.
Very good.
And forgive me, I'm not a super video game geek, but point and click, to me, that reminds me of, when you say that, I think of Myst, but what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, games like Myst or, where you just relay information or move objects or things like that. But the game ends up being a bit more than what it is. And then I sat down and played Hellblade. I'd been wanting to play that, and I got a chance to play it. And that's Ninja Theory. This is the beauty of it. You are a Celtic warrior.
Ooh.
Who is going into the Viking hell to save her husband's life, to save her husband's soul, because he was killed by invading Vikings. and the entire game is done through. They researched it, and the whole game is mimicking psychosis because she's suffering from a mental breakdown. And the whole game you're hearing like whispers in your ears, and highly recommend headphones and stuff.
Nice.
There's no tutorial. There's no HUD. You're just kind of thrown into the game. And the best part is, if you die too many times in the game will erase your save, and you have to start over.
Wow. You know what other game mirrors mental illness pretty well? Like psychosis? That Call of Cthulhu game.
I've heard good things about that. I kind of want to try. Have you played it or seen anybody play it? Or
I've not played it, but I've seen a lot of gameplay on it because have been dying to play it. But everything is about slowly losing your mind and descending into madness. And the more you learn and unlock and uncover as this detective trying to solve this mystery, the more insane you go, which is fitting. It's perfectly themed and on par with how everything Lovecraftian works. So the way the trailers and everything unlock, just watching the gameplay, you're walking down this empty corridor, and then all of a sudden you're falling, and you see all these weird creatures coming at you and pulling you down, and you're like drowning and suffocating, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're laying on the ground, and you're just like, wait, what just happened? What's real? What's not real?
Yes, that's pretty much the way that Hellblade went. And what's really neat is they're trying to get rid of that stigma that goes along with, because when you think of somebody being psychotic, it's always in a negative light. But that game, the storytelling is absolutely fantastic. And, by the time you reach the end, and I have to say this, it's either very cool or very sad if you hear this. I sat down and I played it in one sitting, and it took me like 8 or 9 hours because I was just so
absorbed.
Yeah. And I had the time, and I was waiting for something, and I would take little breaks in between, but I couldn't put it down. It was just absolutely amazing. Ninja Theory is like a really good. I think that's the one that Andy Serkis co-owns.
Oh yeah.
And they do a lot of motion capture, and they're really big on acting and capturing that performance and stuff. So I definitely would check that out.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool.
How about you, sir? What have you heard you got to go see something special?
Yeah, went and saw, actually had a lead in. We went and saw Glass this weekend, but we had a marathon, so Thursday we watched Unbreakable, Friday we watched Split, Saturday we went and saw Glass. So
nice.
It was a nice lead in, and when you have kids, you can't ever do much of anything for very long, so it was nice that we actually got the time to have that lead in. But then we got hit with snow, so it's like, nope, don't care. I don't care if it dumps all of the snow from I don't care. I don't care if it dumps a mountain of snow on us. We're going. And we got like over a foot of snow, and we in the last 24 hours from Saturday to Sunday.
It's crazy.
And most of it was on Saturday, and we still went to the theater to see it. Appreciate my mom for definitely. We picked her up and brought her back to the house to watch the kids while we went to go see the movie. Roads were completely snow covered, and we just went slow. And
Mom's cool.
I don't think she was entirely enthused that we decided to still go, but I was not missing it because I knew if we put it off Saturday, then it would end up getting put off Sunday, and then it would go into Monday, and then something would come up, and one thing after another, and then we wouldn't get to see it this weekend. But I had to see it opening weekend. I've been waiting for this movie.
I know. Yeah, I'm jealous, sir. I really am.
Unbreakable is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. It's definitely up there, and it's definitely my favorite M. Night Shyamalan, or however you say his name.
Shyamalan.
I can't ever pronounce it properly. I suck, and I'm sorry. But
I'm mad about the advertisement of that movie. I would have went and seen it in theaters.
Of what? Glass or Unbreakable?
Unbreakable, because they specifically went out of their way not to advertise it as a superhero movie because they didn't think they were bankable at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw an article about it in Wizard later on, and it went right before it was about to come out on video, and I was like, what? This movie's about comic books and stuff? Why didn't nobody tell me these things?
I feel like it had some sort of comic book thread because I don't think I would have been as interested in it as I was when I went into it.
Because that teaser trailer was just like, ooh, there's a mystery. The dude survived the train wreck, you know. It's like, oh, okay. You know, maybe I'll just wait. I had no idea it was what it was going to be.
Yeah, I should go back and watch see if I can find the original trailer. That'd be fun to go back and look. Because I remember seeing The Sixth Sense in theaters.
Yeah, jeez. That was an experience.
But did I see it? I might have seen it in theaters. I'm not sure. I don't recall at this point.
It's a Glass. Good.
But yes, it was great. It was... I can't quite put it into words how I feel. Like, it was fantastic to see these characters interact and stuff on the screen, and it was sure, as people have seen on the news, that there's some controversy around Glass on some of the things that happened in the movie. I still love it.
Well, I gotta admit, I don't know, but I don't want to know. I've actually just been avoiding until I can get in there.
Yeah, I can't go into much else without giving anything away, but it was great. There are other things that I'll talk about once, you know, more people have seen it and it's out there, you know, on home release, or, you know, at least once you've seen it, we can say spoilers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was great. Definitely.
Yeah, maybe we can do like a whole dissection of the trilogy.
Yeah, it's something I'm interested to do.
If it's something you guys want to hear, let us know.
Yeah, they're some of my favorite movies, so everyone can check this. One of the things that was absolutely awesome that I just noticed, I didn't notice it in the theater at the time, but in Split, there are, when the credits roll, there are 24 credits that are rolling. 24 boxes. So in the background, behind the credits that are rolling that you can read, are 24 other squares with credits rolling.
I don't think I can check it. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, that's clever. I didn't catch that in the theater.
Very clever.
But that was pretty cool. But anyway, I digress. I watched Glass, which was fun. We had a birthday party for my kid. You know, a lot of snow. And I've been rewatching Vikings with the wife. And because I watched Vikings in a 2-week time to get caught up for season 4, or the first half of season 5, I think it might have been. I watched all of it in like 2 weeks or so, and then got caught up. So now I'm going back. I was like, you know what? I missed some of the episodes. I want to go back and I missed some of the characters, I should say, and so I want to go back and watch these. And a lot of our other TV shows were on hiatus, so I was like, you know what? Let's watch this. So we went back and watched, and almost done with season 3 now.
Did you catch any of those new trailers this week?
John Wick,
oh man,
obviously, is the forefront of my excitement.
I'm very excited, especially about of course I would forget his name. He was in the Brotherhood of the Wolf, but a lot of people know him from Iron Chef as the host. He says the a la cuisine, I guess. A lot of people don't know him as he's an amazing martial artist, and he's one of the bad guys in that. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I hope we get like a good fight. And then I got to thinking about it because he's like capoeira, so it's going to be the Baba Yaga versus Baba No Way. So I'm looking forward to that.
I think it looks great. And I read this book a long time ago. Ironically, it's by Twilight's author Stephanie Meyer. It's called The Chemist, and it's nothing really like the Twilight books or anything, but it has these attack dogs in it, where like these people train security dogs and stuff, and seeing those dogs run around with them and attack, it just reminds me of scenes from that book, and it's just like that would be awesome to have, this
kill, yeah.
These dogs that jump up and run into battle with you. That would be awesome.
Did you manage to see the Spider-Man trailer?
Yeah, that one too. That one looked pretty good. There's been a lot of speculation online as to when that takes place.
I'm still suspicious. I know they're trying to. They keep saying it's after, but there's a part of me that keeps saying, like, they're coming home from that trip on the bus in Infinity War. I feel like that's where they were actually coming home from.
Yeah, that could be.
But who knows? I'm just glad that Mysterio's in it.
Yeah.
That suit looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. There was one argument that seemed valid for it being after. And that was, someone said the reason he left the suit behind was because Tony.
Yeah, everybody thinks Tony's going to eat it, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe. There's a lot of speculation there.
Yeah. Tony didn't make it through.
There's no telling.
Yeah.
Have you heard the crazy rumor? And I don't know if this is true. And if they are able to pull this off, I will commend them. But I've heard that the promotion for Endgame is going to be nothing. It will use nothing but the first 20 minutes of that movie.
Wow. I have not heard
that. If that's true, I don't know. I'll commend them for that, even if the movie's hot garbage.
Well,
because I'll be like, you were the first people to, like, thank you. I don't. It would be because it's going to be so neat just to go.
I don't know how they would. I don't know.
I think they're saying there might be enough crazy stuff that happens in the first 20 minutes that would get you involved anyway. Plus, who doesn't want to see it? Considering the cliffhanger ending.
Well, I think they'll probably end up recycling a lot of Infinity War. The snap and the crazy fight and the charge into battle, and then now here's all these people, heroes lost, tossed into the cosmos, a world divided, and lost hope.
I think it would be too much. I can tell you with the utmost satisfaction, I had heard that Guillermo del Toro was making a movie about giant robots versus giant monsters, and I refused to watch any trailer. And I went into that theater not knowing anything, not had seen anything, and it was just the best. It was so good. I can't recommend people enough. Like, if you just know somebody and you're sold on something, don't even bother watching the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, there are times when it's just like, oh, this movie's coming out? Yeah, I'm going to see it.
It's like, can't commend them enough. I hope that's true. Like, or at the very least, not anything past the first half of the movie. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I don't know that I've even seen all the promotion or trailers for Glass. I think I might have seen one trailer. I don't know if I've seen them all.
Yeah.
There's definitely movies like that where, especially anymore, it's so hard to avoid the TV promotions and stuff like that. But I'm lukewarm on trailers. It just depends. But yeah, I'm with you. I'll pretty much go see anything, whether I like the trailer or don't like the trailer.
Oh, interesting factoid. I found out T'Challa has moved up to be the number one richest fictional character of all time.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That's right.
Because of the vibranium, yeah.
Yeah.
His estimated value is over $90 trillion.
Well,
sorry, Bruce Wayne and Uncle McScrooge.
Speaking of value, maybe we should actually migrate to the episode.
We probably should. Yeah, we got Valentine's Day's coming up.
So we have, with the holiday coming up and you're thinking about your significant other, or maybe yourself and yourself to something nice. We have a geek holiday buyer's guide of sorts. We're going to guide you through, give you some ideas, some steps, right?
Yeah, we're going to try and help you out. This is really good, especially if you have a significant other, because I know a lot of us, our girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, they love us. They like to share interests, but they don't always understand what, 100% what our fan bases are. Our little geek joys and our little joys, and they might not always know what to get us. Yeah, it can be very daunting.
Yeah. And so we're here to help you sort of navigate those seas with a few tips, just a few tips today. So with that said, tip number 1, study their geekdom.
Yeah, this is the obvious one. Study their geekdom. If you know what they like, you got a Batman fan on your hand or a Star Wars fan on your hand, the best thing you can do is to do as much research as possible about what they've got, what they don't got, what they collect, what they don't collect, which is a big thing because some people collect toy lines from very specific things. Like maybe they only collect the Black Series from Star Wars, or maybe the current Marvel figures. Maybe they only collect those specifically.
Yeah.
Because some people are very picky, or they don't. You got to admit we're picky people.
And collecting, it's a big world. There's a lot of different things you can collect.
Absolutely.
And if you start to just branch out and sometimes lose sight of what you want to collect and just start buying everything, you'll be very poor.
Yes.
And very sad if you want to collect it all, because you can never own it all. This isn't Pokemon. You can't catch it all unless you're rich and can. So usually people find, a couple things that interest them that they focus in on collecting, which is, one of the things that, hey, if you're listening and you collect something, I would like to see your collections. Let's see some photos of your collections or videos of your collections. Take us through them. I've seen a lot of videos.
In Discord.
I'd love to see that. Either, come join Discord, share them on there, and let's talk about them. That'd be great. So, and as far as studying it, we're not necessarily talking about like consume yourself and understand everything about it. Just
don't go out and study the lore of Star Wars to buy a present. It's just take inventory of what your loved one has and what they don't have.
Yeah,
and what they're actually collecting, because the worst thing you would want to do maybe is to maybe buy something that maybe they're not necessarily collecting, and I'm sure they would take it as I would, I'll take anything. It doesn't matter. But if you're going to put the effort into it, you want to have the knowledge of it,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So step 2, and this is probably one of the best things, is buy the thing they want but would never buy for themselves.
This is just the key for any gift whatsoever. You can use this for anything.
Yeah. It applies so many
times you will. How many times have you've seen something yourself and you're like, oh, I really want this, and maybe even have the cash to buy it, and there's just something that holds you back from it. You're like, I got to pay this bill, or
I can't justify this right now.
I just can't do it. Something you hesitate, and I might buy it later, but man, that's just so cool. I wish I could have it. You always pay attention to those things. Yeah. If you keep an eye out, and inevitably someone always shows you something and tells you how cool it is.
And that's the crazy thing about today's day and age. There's always something for almost every collector. There's almost always something coming out for their geekdom. and the things they like to collect. And you'll inevitably hear them say, "Oh man, I really wish I could get this or get that."
Yeah.
Like probably at least 3 or 4 times a year. And if you just file that away, you'll have gifts for birthday, Christmas, whenever.
This is probably the easiest tip because normally it's the person that loves you is sharing it with you.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, honey, check this out," And all you got to do is remember, that's the easiest thing to do is to just pay attention and listen. And just take your little inventory, your little mental inventory, and let them forget on your behalf. And you'll surprise them every single time.
Yep. Tip 3. So this one might be a little more involved here. So know the site for your budget or have most of the price ranges.
Yes. This one, going in, just know how much money you want to spend on your little one. Couples usually have a predetermined price, with bills and budgets and everything, and agreed upon just between each other. So know your budget there, and then knowing that budget takes you to you can go to different sites. You're good $10 to $20. That's you're good. Your average department stores, your Amazons, possibly Think Geeks, things like that. You got a little more money to spend, 40, 50, up to maybe $100. And then you might can dig for like old, classic stuff like on eBay, or you could maybe buy some back-end comics from, high-end comic book stores. Actually go in and get some good merch there. You got even more money than that. That's where you get your $200 to $300 to spend. That's where you can go up to things like, Sideshow Toys and Hot Toys and other great sites. Because there's something there for everybody. I mean, there's so many great toy websites that have price range sliders to help you out anyway, like Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store, and they have things for everybody, for anybody's price range, and you can usually find coupons or discounts going on if you just you look around a little, and sometimes they have great stuff on sale. Just when you happen to be looking. There are undoubtedly probably Valentine's Day sales going on Think Geek, Entertainment Earth. There's got to be some stuff going on.
Yep, that's right. And okay, so tip 4. So say you only know a little bit about their fandom, but you also know something they need. Combine the two, and buy the geek version. But be warned of shoddy craftsmanship.
Yeah, here we go. This is the let's say somebody absolutely loves, I don't know, let's take Batman, right? Because I'm a huge Batman fan. You love Batman. They can, for as far as they have pretty much every Batman thing you can think of. They've got everything collected. All of this stuff all these previous tips have just kind of passed you. They've not been helpful at all. You buy something that they need that's Batman, and you make it Batman related.
Yeah.
Do they happen to need a new cooking apron for grilling? You buy them a Batman cooking apron.
A toothbrush?
Yeah.
Or a mouse for their computer?
Yeah.
They got a Batman mouse, and most likely it lights up.
Yeah. You wouldn't need a decal for their laptop? Did they buy? Yeah. Did you buy another product that you can adorn with stickers or decals? Or you just think outside the box like that. And the website that's really great for that is Think Geek, because they have when you can get like a Tauntaun sleeping bag and things like that, stuff you wouldn't normally think of. Those are really good, but you obviously have to check with makers and sites, because sometimes, some of these things are just cash grabs and they're not made for durability. Mm-hmm. So if they're looking for something that's durable and you're still wanting to appease it, always check it out. Look at the reviews, because there's no point in getting them a cheap, shoddy, Batman, a drawing pen if the ink's going to run out or the pen's going to break or something like that.
Yeah, a good example of this is my mom collects nutcrackers, and so, but something that's special between us, she always took me to the midnight showings of Star Wars, and we would watch Star Wars at every New Year's to bring in the new year and everything like that. So I got her R2-D2 and Yoda nutcrackers for her collection. Found those on ThinkGeek.
Yeah.
Just another example. But, I mean, when we got R2, there was a piece that had broken off, but we were able to glue it back on. It was, obviously they're not, none of her display nutcrackers are ones that you're actually going to use. But, again, it was able to be fixed. It just came dislodged in shipping.
Yeah. You just always want to be cautious. Yeah. But, of course, some things like that, people don't care. I know my mom, she just, I swear, for Christmas, for my birthday, she got me a box of Batman tissues. That was just like a little bonus gift. She's like, I saw it and it had Batman on it.
Nice.
So I have just like a box there, just a box of, aloe infused tissues. Like next time I get sick, I got some Batman. I got a Batman tissue. So I'm like, cool. Yeah, a little thing like that. And then, sometimes you can just pull off the little things like that and surprise your loved ones.
Yep. So, and tip 5, you go straight to the source and search their history. But this one also comes with a warning.
Yes. Okay. So this one, please. We are not responsible if you do this wrong.
We're being very specific.
We here at Geek-Men
do not condone.
We were not condoning digging through their search history on their computer. That's your own boundaries and your own relationships. We have nothing to do with that. We're sorry.
Yeah.
We mean look through the history of their buying sites, their eBays, their Amazons. And a lot of times, I notice the obvious ones. Amazon, of course, has wish list that they have direct. That's your easy one. But let's say you can't even use that, or they don't have one. Sometimes you look through their eBay stuff, the stuff they've looked through, and you notice, they might have looked through something, and you're like, oh, this might have been something they were interested in, and you can kind of roll the dice on that. Of course, if you're going to order stuff on eBay, especially action figures, please note of where you're ordering it from.
Yep. Because
the action figure industry has become, because of direct buying, from straight from the source, and most action figure collectors never step foot in a toy store hardly ever, unless they're looking for the exclusive figures. But Chinese knockoffs are very big, and they're so good, they're so well done that you cannot tell the difference. So look from where they're being shipped from and how long it takes to shipping. And that can tell you. And some people actually collect knockoffs. I know that's might be a weird thing to hear as an outsider, but for being a geek, a lot of people collect He-Man knockoffs. And some people can't pay the $90 to $100 for an SH Figure Arts figure, and they'll gladly pay for the knockoff. They'll gladly pay the $20 for the knockoff,
Yep. So
just keep that knowledge in mind. And if all else fails, like we said, you go to the source. Some of the people of the geekdom world, you can actually reach out and talk to them on Twitter.
Yep. Be
respectful, never demanding. But some people are nice. Mark Hamill is an obvious choice. He says happy birthday to a lot of people.
Yep.
And Valentine's Day and stuff. So maybe you can get contact. Maybe you can actually contact directly somebody related to your geekdom, especially people who do comic book art and stuff.
Yeah, shout outs like that.
Yeah, you can actually buy actual comic book art and get it commissioned if you have the budget, or just buy prints. Because a lot of these artists don't get as much attention as they should.
Mm-hmm. But also, even in in conjunction with that is you can reach out to the geek community on Twitter. For example, the Geek-Men, or you can join our Discord, hop on there and discuss, or shoot us a message or tweet us a message on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and ask for help.
Give us a couple of clues. We'll help you.
Yeah, any
and
geek,
our fellow Thunder Nerds.
Yeah, any geek out there will be like, hey, I'm looking for something for a fan, my significant other, and they like this. I guarantee you there's going to be someone out there who will be like, well, are they into this or that? And they'll ask distinctions. They'll get specific before they just blurt out something for you to buy randomly.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw one on the fly here on the improv. Etsy. Etsy does custom jobs.
Yeah. If
you can think of something creative from a movie or book, television, whatever, there's a lot of things that you can get custom made for different budget, depending on what you need. Like I know, let's say you got somebody that's a fan. I know this one for sure you can get done. Let's say you got somebody that's a huge fan of Judge Dredd. You could get a custom badge with your loved one's name on it in that style.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they can be a judge. You can get them a judge badge and have it custom made. And that's a reasonably priced gift to have custom made.
And who wouldn't want to be a judge?
And who wouldn't want to judge, And if you got a bigger budget, you got more of you can get them a helmet made. You can get them a lawmaker,
Mm-hmm.
Little things like that. You can get creative with your gift giving and give them a one-off gift. That's custom. It's one of a kind. They're the only ones that's ever going to have one like it, and that one you can't beat.
Yep.
So Etsy is another big one. I should have put that one on the list.
Yep, that's a good save and a good thought there.
So so let us know if any of these tips were helpful, if you end up using them. If at a later date after Valentine's Day has happened, show us your gifts. I'd like to see what everybody got, if they got a special cool geek gift.
And if you're out there and you haven't joined our Discord yet, or please do so and join us for our conversations and chat with us. And we're trying to get that going and engage in more of a positive environment, carry that positivity into a chat room where we can all sort of chat and hang out and have fun. Just a lively discussion where we can support each other. General discussion, just, hey, having a bad week, having a bad week will help lift you up. Hey, did you see this trailer? We'll talk about it. Just sort of work things out throughout the week.
Yeah.
Positivity through positive therapy, almost in geekdom.
You'll be amazed how much your life changes, man.
Yeah.
See, just being surrounded by positive people and talking and engaging with them all the time. It's really nice.
Yep. If you surround yourself with positive thinkers, and then you'll start to think positively too.
Yeah.
But if you're around people who only think negatively, like, oh, I'm having a bad day. Oh, this bad thing happened. Oh, that bad thing happened.
That's all you're ever going to see, man.
That's all you'll see. You'll only ever see rain and clouds and sadness. That's you'll never see anything but your shoelaces.
Yeah. That's nice.
Keep your chin up and your head out. Looking forward to good things and positivity. So, with that said, hit us up on around the world on all the social medias. We're everywhere. And until next time, I've been Dustin.
I've been Bo.
Have a good one.
Later, guys.